Hi everyone, my name's Pieta Valentine. I've written 2 books, The Resident's Voice from a Dementia Unit and The Resident's Rise from a Dementia Unit. Today's video is on low-level depression. So say, for example, again, it's your mother, mid-80s, she has low-level depression, she's been in the unit, say 3-4 weeks, and she's feeling isolated and disconnected and depressed because of it. So the first thing to do is to try to bring in activities that can occupy your mother, meaningful activities, to fill her time rather than just sitting there feeling depressed and isolated. If she can be occupied with something meaningful and engaging to think on, that will help. So when you come in, speak to her about this all through, saying something like, look, Mum, look, we all know that you're a little bit flat and depressed at the moment. Well, you don't have to say depressed, but a little bit down. We know that you're a little bit down. We've all observed this in the family, and we're just trying to think about ways that could help you, lift your spirits a bit, to help you have a better quality of life here in this place, which is quite nice really, with your lovely room and looking out on the garden and, well, your mother, oh yes dear, I'm north face, I've got a sunny room and it is nice now and the spring flowers are beautiful, and a little bit of upbeat conversation. And then go into, look Mum, we've noticed that there's not much reading material here, there's no chance of getting the newspaper with only 1 copy for everybody. So we thought we'd renew your subscription for the newspaper. How would you like? Oh yes, I'd love that, dear. I do like reading the newspaper every morning. It fills in my day. I spend 2-3 hours on that, and I can sometimes manage the crossword, and it's, very good for my thinking. Okay, so we'll organise the newspaper. Second thing, how about your magazines? Do you want us to get some subscriptions for your magazines? Oh no dear, it's all right, you just bring in the magazines that you've got at home, I'll be all right with that. The newspaper every day will be good though. So then you can get the magazines that your mother likes, like typically in New Zealand anyway, Women's Day, Women's Weekly, and National Geographic. Ask her, you used to really like that National Geographic, how would you like me to get a subscription for that for you, Mum? Well, actually, yes, I would like that. There's some beautiful, pictures of animals in those books, those National Geographic books, and I ponder on those for hours, actually, all those giraffes in Africa and everything, and their long necks. So, yes, that would be excellent if I can have that. There you go. Half the day occupied now. Excuse me. Reading the newspaper. Got the magazines, got the National Geographic. So, already her spirits will definitely be lifting. Remember, it's just low level. With low level, it doesn't take much to get it to no level, 30-40% difference, and it's at no level. So that's why low level is the easiest, and it's less entrenched, and it's for less of the time in the day. Usually when someone's depressed at low level, maybe half the day, but they're not depressed all the time necessarily. So now your mother's occupied. She's got the newspaper, she's got the magazines, the National Geographic, but still, you're looking at wanting to pick her spirits up enough so she's buoyant and becomes a little bit more independent of the family. I mean, she's only been in the unit, 3 weeks, and is dependent on family for socialisation, which is often the case because it takes time to make friends. But it is important to start connecting with the group, from the early stages, because that is the key to reducing depression, no doubt. Once people start socialising, making friends, then look, you don't see depression actually, because friendship and socialisation and fun lift depression. That's the whole purpose of it, is to enjoy each other's company. So you really want to sort of, think in future, not problem solve, but think of the future in terms of all this stuff. Future proofing, I think they call it. Anyway, so say to your mother, now Mum, you've got all your reading, that'll be coming in. We'll get all that organised this week, but I want you to start engaging more in the group activities because, it is interesting, the newspaper readings each morning. You can read your newspaper throughout the day, but go to the newspaper reading as well. You'll pick up more pieces of news and national news and international news. You'll be part of the discussion. You'll meet people. Oh, yes, I should start to do that. Yes, that's a good idea. I'll start doing that. It's just after breakfast. So the nurses often take you there after breakfast. So I'll just stay there rather than going to my room. Yes, that's a good idea. It's only half an hour, but it's a good start for the day. Then, you're picking up a lot of the points of the news there at the newspaper reading with everybody. And then, and you've got someone reading you the newspaper, and then you can go to your room or stay in the lounge or get a nice seat in the sun, and continue to read the newspaper articles, which are, fresh in your mind because you've just been discussing them. Look, all of that is fantastic, isn't it? Oh, yes, it's very good for my thinking, and I know I need to work on my thinking with such a terrible memory. Good. Okay. Now, another thing, Mum, I've been looking at the activity schedule, and what I've noticed is that there's some really good things in those activities, every day. Okay, what I'll do is I'll go and get that activity schedule, which is at the back of your door. So you come back, get that, sit down with Mum with the activity schedule, read it out to her because it's often in very small print. Excuse me. So, even with glasses, it's hard to read. So if you've got the whole month schedule on one sheet of paper. So just go through the things that she enjoys. I mean, you'll know the things she enjoys, but also read it all out to her because there might be some things that she doesn't mind, doing that she hasn't done before, like, I don't know, bingo or something. Everyone in New Zealand, practically all women in New Zealand seem to like bingo. I don't know why. I don't know if they play it in other countries, but anyway, it's a big deal here, putting numbers on sort of sheets of paper and winning numbers, whatever. It's sort of, I can't even explain it actually too well because I don't actually do it myself. But anyway, it's all about numbers and winning numbers and getting chocolates and things like that. Everyone's in a table and they're all set out and decked out, and it's quite a big deal. So anyway, your mother says, yes, I'd actually like to do that bingo. I haven't tried it before, but some of my friends used to play it and I think I could give it a go. They say it's not too difficult. There we go. So you've got bingo. And then, so she's starting to socialise now, She's getting involved in activities and she's got her magazines and newspapers. And you can see she's picking up, throughout the week as the newspaper's coming in now. It's delivered to the front desk at the nurses' station down in the village. And then the morning nurses that are on in the dementia unit, the morning nurses on morning shift, bring the newspaper over each day, each morning. That's typically how it works, rather than it being delivered to the actual unit. So just make sure that it is coming over and that it's given to your mother early in the morning, because sometimes it tends to, sit around the desk half the day and she might miss out on it. So just ask the carer, please make sure that Mum gets to read the newspaper early in the morning, that it's given to her early in the morning, please, and the carer will then make that effort to do that. So your mother has the newspaper as company, for the day. She's going to activities, she's starting to meet people. Chances are she's feeling a lot better. So often this is all it takes to lift low-level depression. Moderate level depression is more difficult. It's a large range moderate depression. We'll discuss that in the next video. And then high unremitting depression, of course, is extremely difficult. And I'll be doing another video on that. And then after that video, after that series, I'll be doing a series of 3 on anger. So we've done the 4 on anxiety. I did 4 on anxiety because it's so prevalent. 3 videos on depression and 3 on anger. So if you want to sort of tune into all these, please subscribe, and then you'll be first off, off the post to get them. And thank you for your subscriptions. I am noticing that they are increasing, and I'm very grateful, that we can get this platform up and running. Thank you for your likes and everything else. And see you at the next video, hopefully moderate depression. Thank you.